Alright, hello once again YouTube. Welcome back to more From the Depths. Now, as mentioned in the first of the two H3VR videos that just went up, for those who haven't seen, I mentioned I've been having some thoughts about the campaign because we've been really struggling with the Steel Striders, and I figure we need kind of some more modernised ships, some ships that take use of what we've learned, and are just generally a bit more competent because I think our current lot is struggling quite a bit. I'm going to start with kind of the Mark III of the patrol equivalent, a missile craft that basically is primarily Alpha Strike damage, but I'm going to try and make a slightly better version of it. And I've had a bit of an idea for how to do it. If we can make this work. It's going to be a smallish craft with a fairly powerful strike of missiles. But again, hopefully one that's a little bit tougher than the previous ones we made. This will have a little bit more thought to armor and defenses on it than the other ones have. It starts with the missile system and how we're going to mount it. So, say this one in the testing 016 roll 3 prototype. Start with a all-in-one controller. No, local weapon controller. A wireless receiver. Like I say, we're starting with the weapon system for this one. And what I'm thinking is, we set this spin block. Oh, that's weird. Shouldn't there be more of the... Yeah, I was going to say. Not resting rate, we want... Yeah. There we go. Like that. And what I think it is, we do the launcher kind of like this. So we go... Whoop. Hopefully this isn't too expensive, but I think the connectors are the cheapest part of the missile system. I'll just check. Connectors cost 10. Yeah, connectors are way cheaper than the rest, that's fine. We'll spend a bit of money on these. What I think it is, we'll have a bunch of these sort of canted launchers facing forwards. And it will just chuck an absolute ton of cheap missiles over the top of it itself, and then we can armour kind of the front so that it's... and the sides, so it's fairly difficult to actually knock out the launcher. And the rear of the ship will be power generation, bridge, etc. Or let's say bridge, quote unquote. It'll be a little bit of a landing craft setup with a sort of square hull. That's what I'm thinking. Actually building this thing is a bit weird because the cameras, obviously, not really expecting this kind of setup. Oh, what's happened here? What have I done here? How have these ended up loaded out? Have I... What am I doing? Is there a... Ah, okay. I have done this wrong. Should be... we go. Yeah, cut those out. Yeah, should be here. I've got to move those as well. Add it. Yeah, these don't even need to be here at all, do they? Oh god, wait, how did we get that far? What was I doing with this? Sorry, I'm a little tired after the H3VR recordings, and apparently so is my brain. Right. These off, we're kind of... The idea was just to sit in the hole and be nice and out of range. Or nice and out of the way. Let's also add the stagger fire and the other thing while I'm here. Dagger fire will be on a fairly low setting because I want this to really catapult a lot of missiles. There'll be the small missiles, they won't be hugely powerful, but the idea of this is partly so that a small group of them, maybe 5, can overwhelm most conventional land systems. They might be quite expensive though, so I'm going to have to, again, make sure these crafts are at least reasonably well defended. I think it's going to be one of these ships where their weapon system is 90% of their costs. Also might need a reasonable amount of ammunition on board, which is going to be something I'm a bit careful with. Actually, do I want them any taller than that, or should I leave them at that height? Actually, they've got a quite good lot of systems, actually, yeah. Well, maybe leave them small so they don't use quite so much ammo and they can reload nice and quickly. Maybe actually only go up 2. Well, we'll replace the others with a hatch in a minute. Right. So the same amount? Yeah. Is this more efficient than mounting them vertically? Probably not, but it should mean they can they're chucking forwards without too much effort. Yeah, if we do thruster, 1 turn, friction guidance. That is constant bearings, sure an impact. Only effective when closing on the target. This should be fine, right? We've got a 1 turn as well. Explosives. Do we want active radar, or do we want something that it can't ignore? We could also do what is it? There's the one that I can't find it now. The thing that like lets the main ship guide it. 1 turn, prediction guidance. Remote guidance. How much does it tell you how much remote guidance power it needs? Not sure, but we'll try this. Right at all. Also add a little chair. Expand the hull. We're going to go for a thicker hull this time. I think I've learned you can quite safely do that, especially since we're building this one out of alloy to keep it light. I'd like this ship to be immune to sinking of its own accord, at least. 196 missiles. Just a few, then. Oh, right. Ammunition. We'll temporarily mount some here. Let's stabilize it. I'm thinking we could even do something like that for the hull width. Have a double thick outer layer, because again, armor's quite light and it's not very expensive. Well, light alloy is light and it's not expensive, so it might be a little bit, but it's not awful. Not compared to the cost of the launcher at any rate. Oh god, it's almost constant fire, is it? Yes, bueno. Very good. Ammunition is apparently not very expensive for these things. The other thing I might do is maybe try a short thruster here for the sake of high speed. Fuel duration... Restoration, 6.9 seconds. Oh yeah, that does want to be fuel. Let's try it. And then we do need a 1 second start delay. We'll see to make sure it doesn't really care about where it's being fired, which it shouldn't be doing anyway, but still required accuracy. 180 degrees, you could fire anywhere. You've got 1 turns, it does not matter. Fire behind you if we need to. I'd say our weapon system at least looks like it's working reasonably well. Let's build some more of the hull. So, yeah, as I'm thinking landing craft, I'm thinking square front. And maybe steeper angle, and that's out the water. All the way across, but we'll also go there. I think it's best to put a fair bit of protection around the launcher itself. Right, and then the back of the ship is going to be fairly simple. Again, sort of squarish. We might put some simple guns on the rear of the ship as well, just to make sure it's got some reasonable defense. We'll maybe do sort of thruster pod design where we have propellers in these sort of containers almost, as it were. Yeah, I do like that. Just to make it side right. Then we want the umbrellas in there. It looks better flat. Right. Then we want a proper little magazine box for the ammunition. Maybe the AI brain as well. We'll do a single armed box. I remember someone mentioning way back on the tips and tricks video it might be better to do a single box that can hold both and not have to weigh as much. So we're going to do one for ammunition at the back. We do want a reasonable little amount because we are carrying quite a lot of missiles, even though they don't take too much by the looks of it. The AI doesn't need a huge amount, but it will need a little bit of stuff. And target prioritization, what should it be targeting? Firepower? Armor? Yeah, perhaps just the ship that's putting out the most engine power. Okay, go with that. Then we're going to want a fair bit of remote processing power, or general processing power, because we suspect this is going to be needing a fair bit for its missiles. Okay. Oh, and the mainframe, of course, needs to be set up. You actually want to do point out. We'll add some turn thrusters to it as well. Ignore altitude. Cover distance 1500. I should try 2k. He wants to keep back this one. Can't be stationary. can reverse. I am going to add, I said, we'll add them right now. We'll add little thruster pods for the for turn thrusters. Actually, we want the where are they? Replicate panels. Add some more near the back because we want it to be able to do a stationary turn. We also need to add engines as well. That'd be another thing. They might have to go on top of the thing. Kind of preset. I think it knew they were kind of preset yet. Going to maintain distance. You can turn on the spot. Can't strafe. Add mover. Where is it? Ship or tank? It's trying to move. Can't. Get rid of this, so I probably want to put the engine. I'll put some metal reinforcements here behind the missile launcher. We will actually build a proper containment for those as well. We might just use the stock game Harmony engine because it seems to have been reliable enough. Oh, can we fit one in there? Yes, we can, just about. Will overheat, is it? I can't remember if this one needs ventilating or not, but I don't think it does. Yeah, it seems to work. Right, let's see. Godly mode. Turn on a marauder. How do we do against a single target craft? I know what we haven't got. We haven't got a wireless transmitter on the AI. So we can't fire yet. Oh, it's also apparently way too powerful lifting out of the water. That may need some work. Also doesn't have any detection systems, so while it can fire a lot, it's not going to do anything. Mind you, even then, it's getting some hits. Okay. This could be a semi-hydrofoil, I suppose. Yeah, let's try a little bit of a hydrofoil setup on this. Why not? It's already mostly in the water. This is more for stabilizing these ones, but use PIDs to try and keep it. These should be able to keep it level, I think, and also keep it at the right altitude. But we do want to keep the. Do we want to keep the pellets in the water, or do we want to just give it a like a little fans or something, maybe? Have it hover above the surface like the other one does. Actually, let's try it as is. See if this helps a bit. It stops it falling over anyway. That's something. Right. Okay, it's trying to stabilize the pitch. I think that's helping actually already. Oh, mind you, oh, with that, the turn thrusters aren't working. That's not so good. Okay, okay, maybe we have to scrap that idea then. Maybe just the frontal one? Actually, that seems to work alright. It sort of leaps out of the water a lot, but it's somewhat stable. Okay. Let's replace the main engines with something a bit feebler then. A bit too strong. Actually, we could do larger ones, just limit the power, right? Sorry, again, I've been a bit slow and quiet today, but I'm zoning out a bit. Right, let's just do one. Likewise, one. A share in so we can control it and try steering it ourselves. Actually, even better, we can give it a command, can't we? We can go...
Listening. Control you're moving out.
Go over there, please. Power use 1, it's fine, actually. Power 2, we might as well get it going as fast as we can. Oh, that's alright. Yeah, it's still propelling it to a reasonable speed, about 22, 23, and it's nice and stable. Yeah, we'll go with that. At least for the moment. Let's do another quick save vehicle. I'm thinking radar-wise, we'll keep it simple. I actually think we'll try using the certain thing here. Hang on. Sounding the deck quickly on the... Get rid of that. We'll have a proper deck, a proper bridge building later, but... Also add it down the side on these sections. A little bit more weight at the front so it's quite as unstable. Yeah. We'll try that. I'm not entirely convinced that's not going to collide, but... Actually, let's try that out ourselves quickly, see if it does collide or not. Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, and that was what I was thinking. For texture systems, what I'm thinking is we'll do a lattice mast at the rear of the ship. Sort of behind the main building. Some detection systems up here. Just have maybe even just a camera. That'll make it quite hard to be detected by stuff. Or maybe actually, tell you what, 2 cameras, gimbal tracker camera. It doesn't need great detection. It just needs to be able to know where the target is and see it. Although its guidance is a little vague, I have to admit. I know radar would be more accurate. The problem is if I use radar, we then have the problem of it's more accurate, but it's more prone to having its detection countered. Oh, apparently we don't have enough GPP. Ah, that's probably because of the missiles. Okay, so that might be part of it. Let's try setting up a little GPP booster in the front of the ship here. Under the lovely, quiet, beautiful noises of that. Oh, that's looking a bit more like it. Actually, do we need APN, considering it's already... Super agile missiles, hopefully. We'll sort of fighter planes in a minute and see if double turning thrusters makes them agile. We'll have to hit them or not. If it doesn't seem to make much difference, we could potentially even swap them out for frag warheads and have a bit of extra damage. Yeah. The other thing we need to check is how it loads in. Actually load in a fresh one, because I don't know what's going to happen with the missile section, whether it'll stay rotated or not. No, not Marauder. We want a Threaders planes. Give me a few Hakes. How do you do against them? Hit one. Could also try thermal sensors. I don't really use IR guidance much. We'll see if it's any good. Oh, they're quick. And inaccurate. Jeez, IR missiles move fast, really? They're incredibly quick. They are distracted by the decoys, though. The other thing we could try is a designator and then adding a anyway, our vehicles lasers. If I put one on, does it even work, or does it need a missile controller to work? Okay, laser guided, probably bad at it. Radar guided I can't see because there's water all over the camera. Okay, I'll try with a general processing power controlled ones. Stick to remote guidance. Firing at that one. They hitting it? Couldn't tell you. Oh yeah, that looks like some hits. At least some near misses at any rate. Hang on. Destroy all the enemy vehicles. I can't see a dang thing. And we're lifting out of the water again. All that ammunition reloading that. First of all, let's load a new one in. Can I heal myself? Is that what 6 does? It looks like a medkit. Is that not what it is? Oh, displays health AC of a block. Can't heal myself. Actually, is that what the Heartstone's for, whatever it's called? Oh, it did start rotated. Yeah, if I do miss, can I use one of those to heal myself? I think that's have to be healed faster. It's not very expensive, I don't think, so we'll leave it on there anyway. Definitely think I'm healing quicker with one, right? Or with charge, anyway. Let's spawn one of their ships. Let's spawn an Excalibur and see how much, if any, damage it can actually get through. It could potentially fire even faster for tighter salvos. Not doing much damage by the look of it, so we could potentially try tweaking the warheads. Landing hits though. Oh, hang on, destroy enemy vehicles. Oh, we're not on yeah, what? Hang on, yeah, we were on we're not on godly mode? Oh no, we weren't. Wow, I got all those shots off before it went down. I'm actually genuinely impressed. Right, let's try frag warhead. Cone angle, just do like 30 degrees. Tight cone. Spawn a Megalodon, something that should be able to deflect a lot of missiles, and see how we do. It's maybe a multi-stage build, or multi-episode build, but I think we do need to spend some time building to be able to stand much of a chance at the moment. We're certainly keeping its LAM system occupied, but doing any damage, not particularly. Go for more frag. Triple frag. I guess maybe the default 60. Yeah, we could definitely do faster fire rate, although look at that stream on the minimap. Stabilizing work is still to be done, I think. Its LAM system's having to work hard. There's a lot of shots going through. Wish I could see. I'm at the bottom of the sea. Why am I still on health? Oh. Right, I forgot about that. Peppering them with shot, but again, I can't tell what's going on. Is there a way to make myself immortal? Build option? Hang on. Where is it? I don't think there was something for this, but I'm not sure. Build options? No damage in designer, that's what we want. Once our health comes back, it should stay back, basically. Yeah, it looks like its LAM system can keep up with 1. Here's the second question. What if we spawn a few of them? So we spawn 4 of these. About 300, 400,000 resources. A, does the game code keep up? B, how does it keep up? Let's see what we get. Oh my word, is it actually shooting them all down? Cracky. No, it's not. No, it isn't shooting them all down, is it? Actually, some are getting through. Although these are explosive. Oh, I guess I didn't save with the changes. Isn't it the slower fire rate too? And destroy all. Right. Another thing we could potentially try is to make them all like a maximum angle frag, so they do the most damage even if there's not many. 0. How much damage does each one do with that? And oh, what be frag? Frag. 180. Fragment count. 10 fragments do 1,000 damage. Or that's a headache. We could try EMP. Let's try having them all be EMP and see how that does. If we have a few of them, can we just surge out something? I kind of don't want to use EMP, but it does seem to be one of the stronger weapon types. All right, let's try it. Megalodon. Good stream there. Right. A lot of the missiles are going into the water, which is not ideal. The other potential option we could have is turn them all into torpedoes. The other thing we forgot to do was increase the fire rate, so we will do that. I think it can support the high fire rate, so... Are they actually firing the right rounds? I'm not entirely sure. They are not. Okay, that looks like they're working because they're exploding, but they're not showing anything visually. Alright, let's go. No, not you. They're definitely lagging out the game. This may be a bad idea. But as it is, I think this strategy is going to be unusable, at least as is, because there's too many of them. We may need to try larger missiles, potentially. Let's see what it actually does when they hit. Switch back to explosives again? What is going on over here? Or are they? Some are, some aren't. Well, if anyone wants to suggest potentially what we could do with this, I still like the idea, but I think we need some work doing on it. But yeah, feel free to suggest that in the comments. But for now, I think I'm going to have to leave that one here. Hopefully you've all enjoyed. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.